Hello student, welcome back to another video, to another lecture. This is me, your English course instructor Usman Ali, and welcome back to my another class on my another video. So in today's video or in today's lecture, the lesson objective is this lesson integrates reading and writing with technology by having students create digital story maps and highlights elements such as plot, character, and theme. By the end of the lesson, student will be able to, after the end of the lesson, after the end of the short story, when you read the short story or when you read the poem or when you read any other work, so by the end of those work or by the end of those short story, students will be able to identify and organize story element like setting character, conflict resolution. The second one is that use digital tool to visually map a story. The third one that student will be able to write concise narrative summarize per story part. The fourth one that students will be able to present their story maps to peer and reflect on their learning. The material that we will be used is short story The Last Leaf by O. Henry. We have a short story which the title is The Last Leaf. The author is O. Henry, which is written by O. Henry. And computer or tablets with internet access are also we will be used in the material. Online story mapping tools, for example, we have the story maps, JS, Canvas, or Google Slides. Printed story structure guides are also we will be used in the material, and also the online dictionary, which is optional, and we also use online dictionary and the material. We will look forward to the warm-up and objective discussion. The warm-up, there are several type of questions. So here the question is that have you ever seen a story to display like a map? Today we will create a digital version of the short story. It will look like a journey. Yeah. Objective discussion after the warm up. The another one is the objective discussion. In objective discussion, we will read The Last Leaf and then use technology to build a digital story map. You will show what you learned by organizing it into visual and written section. After objective discussion, we have instruct and model. In instruct and model, here are several type of instruction that student will be follow these instruction. The first instruction that it will be compulsory to follow. The first instruction is that read the story in a small section as a class. That it means that when you are reading a story, so divide it into different sections and then present it in the class or present it with your friends. The second instruction is that identifying the key moments like the introduction, the conflict, the climax, and the resolution. The third instruction is that use a printed guide to outline the story elements. The fourth instruction is that demonstrate the steps for using an online story mapping tools. After the instruct and model, the another one is model presentation. In model presentation, the teacher shows a complete story map for different stories. In model presentation, it means that the teacher shows a completed story map for a different story, explain how text and visual work together, and demonstrate how to summarize even in 1 to 2 sentences. After the model presentation, we have the guided practice. In guided practice, the first practice in which we have is in small group, student divide the story into section. You need to divide those short story in different section. The second practice is that assign each group member one part to write and visualize. It means that when you divide a short story in different section, so you need to assign the first part to one person, the second part to another person, and the third part to another person. You discuss in a group. You might discuss those story in a group. The third practice in which we have is build the map collaboratively using a digital tool. The fourth guided practice in which we will be discuss on, in which we will focus on the teacher circulate to assist with teacher use structure and vocabulary. After the guided practice, we have the independent practice. In independent practice, the first one that we have is student complete their individual parts of the story map. The second one is write 2 to 3 sentence summarize part their section. When you divide the short story in different section, so you need to summarize those parts in 2 to 3 sentences. The third one, third practice that we have is reflect briefly in writing. For example, we have a sentence that what did I learn about the story by mapping it. It's a sentence that reflects briefly in writing. After the independent practice, we have the assessment. In assessment, we have the formative assessment. In formative assessment, we will mainly focus on evaluate the completed digital story map, like structure, clarity, grammar, and creativity. Also, review written reflection for comprehension and vocabulary. The last, to provide feedback during and after short group presentation. Purpose, to assess comprehension, narrative structure, understanding, and the ability to apply reading and writing skill through technology. So this was all about today class. I think you might be understand. If you have any question, you can freely ask. Or no question, so you will see in another video. Thank you so much.